everyone, and welcome back to Native English Podcast. I am Sarah, and I am so happy you are here with us today. This podcast is made for beginners, so we always speak slowly and use simple, clear English. Today, our topic is self-control. Self-control means being able to manage our actions, our feelings, and our daily habits. It is something we use every single day, when we study, when we eat, when we manage our time. I am here with my friend John, and we are going to talk about this topic together. I really hope you enjoy learning English with us today.
Hi everyone, I am John. Thank you so much, Sarah, for that lovely introduction. I am genuinely excited to talk about self-control today because it is such a useful and real topic for everyone. We all need self-control in our daily life. It helps us make good choices and avoid habits that are not good for us. Sometimes it is not easy at all, but the good news is we can practice and we can improve. In this podcast, we will talk about simple and relatable examples. We will use easy words so you can understand everything well. I really hope this conversation helps you with your English and also makes you think about your own habits a little.
So, John, what do you personally think about self-control? Is it something you find easy or difficult?
Honestly, Sarah, I think it is both. Self-control is very important, but sometimes it is genuinely difficult. I also have moments when I just want to sit down and relax instead of finishing my work. But I try to remind myself and push through. And after I finish what I need to do, I feel so much better. I really believe self-control helps us reach our goals. And if we practice it a little every day, we slowly get better at it. Even the smallest actions can make a real difference over time.
That is so true. Small actions really do matter. And I think the most important thing to remember is that we do not need to be perfect. We just need to try a little every single day. I think of self-control like a skill. We can learn it, we can improve it, and sometimes we make mistakes, and that's completely okay. We just try again the next day. I also think it is very important to be kind to ourselves. If we are too strict, we start to feel stressed and tired, so we need balance.
Yes, balance is everything. If we have too much control, life can start to feel very hard and heavy. But if we have no control at all, we may face real problems, so we need that good middle ground. For example, we can work hard and also take time to rest. We can eat healthy food and also enjoy a little treat sometimes. I think self-control is really about making good choices most of the time. It is absolutely okay to relax sometimes too.
Yes, exactly. Self-control is not about saying no to everything in life. It's about making good decisions. For example, I try to manage my time better every day. I make a simple plan for my morning and my afternoon. This really helps me stay focused and not waste too much time. Sometimes I still get distracted, of course, but I try again. I think planning is one of the best ways to practice self-control. It helps me feel more organized and, honestly, a lot calmer.
Wow, that is a great idea, Sarah. Planning really is so helpful. I also try to write a small plan for my day. I write down my tasks and do them one by one. When I finish even one small task, I feel proud. It's a small feeling, but it's a good one. Self-control also helps me avoid habits like using my phone too much. That one is not easy, but I try to limit my screen time. These small changes have helped me so much in my daily life.
Oh yes, the phone. That is such a common problem for so many people right now. I also try to control that. Sometimes I just put my phone in another room when I'm studying or working. It really does help me concentrate so much better. I think self-control is useful for students, for workers, for everyone. It helps us use our time well and move closer to our goals.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to say something important. Self-control is for everyone. It helps us in school, at work, and in our daily life at home. We can start with very small habits and improve slowly, step by step. The most important thing is to stay patient. Real change takes time. We should never give up just because it feels difficult at the beginning.
Thank you, John. I think that's a wonderful way to look at it. Okay, so now let's move into some real daily examples of self-control, because I think examples help us understand so much better.
Yes, let's start. For me, one very relatable example is waking up early. Sometimes I really want to stay in bed, especially on cold mornings. But I tell myself I need to start my day. I need to get up. Another example is studying. Sometimes I feel lazy and I don't want to open my book, but I tell myself just 10 minutes. Even 10 minutes is okay. These small actions are all part of self-control. They help me stay focused and do what I need to do.
I know that feeling so well. The cold morning struggle is very real. For me, another example of self-control is with food. I really love sweet things like chocolate and biscuits. Sometimes I want to eat a lot, but I try to stop myself and eat just a small amount. It's not easy, but it's important for my health. I think food is actually one of the most common situations where we need self-control every day.
I completely agree. Food is a great example. I also try to eat healthier food during the week. Sometimes I really want fast food, but I try to choose something better. And another example for me is exercise. After a long day of work, I feel tired and I just want to rest on the sofa, but I try to go for a short walk. Even 15 minutes outside helps my body and my mind feel better. Self-control helps me choose what is actually good for me, even when I don't feel like it.
Wow, yes, exercise is such a good example, and it connects to another situation I think about a lot: time management. Sometimes I really want to watch something on television or just relax, but I have tasks to finish, so I try to finish my work first. After that, I can relax without any worry or guilt. I think self-control really helps us use our time wisely. If we always choose fun first, we can have bigger problems later.
Yes, that is so true. I also try to follow a daily schedule. I plan my day and work through my tasks step by step. Sometimes I don't want to follow the plan, but I try my best. And another example I think about is saving money. When I go shopping, I sometimes want to buy many things, but I ask myself, do I really need this right now? That one small question helps me spend less. Self-control really does help us make better decisions with our money, too.
Oh, that is such a good point, John. I do the same thing. I think carefully before I buy something. And another very important example is emotions. Sometimes I feel angry or upset about something. In those moments, I really try to stay calm and not say things I will regret later. I try to take a deep breath and think first before I speak. I think self-control is not only about our actions, it's also very much about our feelings and how we respond to the world around us.
Yes, controlling emotions is honestly one of the most important kinds of self-control. Sometimes I feel stressed or frustrated, but I try to take a short break or go for a little walk to clear my head. This really helps me feel better and calmer. And another small but important example is listening. Sometimes I want to jump in and talk while someone else is still speaking, but I try to listen fully first. That is also self-control. It helps me communicate much better with the people around me.
Yes, listening is something I am always trying to improve too. It really does help us understand others better. And one more example I want to share is keeping promises. If I say I will do something, I really try to do it. Even if I feel tired or busy, I try to keep my word. I think this is a very important kind of self-control. It shows responsibility and respect for the people in our life.
That is a beautiful example, Sarah. Keeping promises is so important, and it connects to being responsible in general. If I have work to finish, I try to finish it on time. Sometimes I feel lazy and I do not want to, but I remind myself why it matters. Self-control helps me stay on track. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it.
So well said. Okay, now let us talk about some practical ways to actually improve self-control. Because knowing it is important is one thing, but how do we actually get better at it?
Great question. For me, one very helpful way is to start with very small goals. I do not try to change everything at once. If I want to study more, I start with just 10 or 15 minutes a day. That feels easy and manageable. I can continue. Another way is to make a simple daily plan. When I write down my tasks, I feel more focused and clear. These small steps help me build good habits slowly over time.
Yes, starting small is so important. For me, another way to improve self-control is to remove distractions. When I study or work, I put my phone in a different room, and I try to create a good and calm environment around me. I keep my desk clean and quiet. This really makes it easier to concentrate. I think our environment has a much bigger effect on our self-control than we often realize.
Wow, that is such a good point. The environment really does matter. Another thing that helps me is having a routine. When I do the same things at the same time every day, they become natural habits. For example, I try to study at the same time every evening. At first it was hard, but now it feels completely normal. I just do it without thinking too much. Routines really help us save energy and stay consistent.
I love that. And another idea I find very helpful is rewarding yourself. When I finish my work or reach a small goal, I give myself a little reward, something simple, maybe a short video or a nice snack. This makes me feel good and keeps me motivated to continue. I think rewards work because they make the hard things feel a little more enjoyable. We just need to keep the rewards small and sensible.
Yes, not too big, that's the key. And another method I use is to think about my goal when I feel tempted to give up. If I want to be healthier, I remember that goal when I'm choosing what to eat. It helps me make a better decision in that moment. I also try to stay positive. If I make a mistake, I try not to feel too bad about it. I just try again. A positive mind is so important when we are trying to build new habits.
Yes, and I want to add something. Taking breaks is also a real part of self-control. If I work for too long without stopping, I feel tired and I lose focus completely. So I work for a while and then I take a short break. This helps me stay fresh and keep going. I think rest is not the opposite of self-control. Rest is actually part of it.
That is so true. And I also think asking for support from others really helps. Sometimes I talk to my friend Claire about my goals and she encourages me. It's so much easier to stay focused when someone around you understands what you are trying to do. We do not need to do everything alone.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about some of the challenges, because self-control is not always easy, and we want to be honest about that.
Yes, one big challenge for me is simply feeling lazy. Some days I do not want to do anything at all. On those days, it's very hard to follow any plan. But I try to start with the very smallest possible action. Just standing up, just opening my book. After I start, it becomes easier. I think the hardest part is always the very beginning.
I feel that completely. Another challenge for me is distraction. When I'm trying to study, sometimes I check my phone again and again without even thinking. It breaks my focus completely. So I put my phone far away or turn it off. It's a simple action, but it makes such a big difference. Making it harder to get distracted is one of the most practical things we can do.
Yes. And another challenge is losing motivation. Sometimes I start something feeling very excited, but after a few days, the excitement fades. When that happens, I try to remind myself why I started. I think about my goal again. And I sometimes change my routine a little to make things feel fresh, like studying in a different spot or listening to some background music.
Oh, I like that idea. Another challenge I face is being too strict with myself. Sometimes I want everything to be perfect, and when I make a mistake, I feel really bad and I lose my motivation. So now I try to be kinder to myself. I remind myself that mistakes are completely normal. I just try again. Self-control is not about being perfect. It's about trying again and not giving up.
Wow, that is such an important thing to say. Being too strict really can make everything feel harder. And another challenge I face is feeling tired. When I'm very tired, I have much less self-control. I make poorer choices. So I try to take care of my body. I sleep enough, I take proper breaks during the day. Good rest really does help us think clearly and make better decisions. Our health and our self-control are deeply connected.
That is so true. And one last challenge I want to mention is comparing ourselves to others. Sometimes I look at other people and feel like I'm not doing well enough. But now I try to focus only on my own progress. I don't need to be like anyone else. I just need to improve a little every day. Self-control is personal, and everyone moves at their own speed.
Yes, that is such a healthy way to think, Sarah. Everyone is different, and that's perfectly okay. And I want to say one more thing. One challenge is giving up too quickly. Sometimes people try for a few days and then stop. But real change needs real time. Doing a little every day is so much better than doing a lot one time and then stopping completely. Consistency is more important than speed.
Perfectly said, John. Okay, here's the challenge. After this episode, head to the pinned comment to check out today's challenge. We read every comment of yours. Today, we talked about what self-control is, why it matters, real daily examples, practical ways to improve, and the honest challenges we all face. I hope our listeners feel encouraged and ready to try one small thing today.
Yes, thank you so much everyone for spending this time with us. Self-control is something every single one of us can improve. We just need small steps, a little patience, and a kind attitude towards ourselves. It was truly wonderful talking with you today, Sarah.
It was wonderful talking with you too, John. And thank you to all our lovely listeners. Remember, you don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep trying. We'll see you again very soon on Native English Podcast. Brought to you by Native English Stories. I'm Sarah.
And I'm John. We'll meet you in the next episode. Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.